Greetings all, and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. Right, this game was pretty special, but before we get into the game, alright, I have a request to make. Just by the by, before I go into the request, right, there's your team list. Would you or would you not be happy to be on the green team right now? Those poor souls, that poor challenger on the enemy team. Platooned up with myself, MrBossman and Victor H. Bossman used to be in the Globs clan, but he left due to feelings of he wasn't playing enough, etc, etc. So he left the clan, so he would have a Globs badge on. And Victor, well, he doesn't really play that often either. This game is very, very special. I'll just let you count down. I do actually have a very, very important request to put out to the channel for those of you that watch my videos. I've had a couple of snafus in the recent months with editing my videos. Now, what I want to do, I want somebody, or somebody that knows what they're doing, to make me a new intro. Alright, how difficult is it to make an intro? Alright, is it hard work? Is it a lot of effort? If so, then obviously not an issue. I was considering running some sort of competition-based thing for it with a reward. Basically, all I would like is a few, like a 10-second, maybe 8 to 10-second video, using some funky Globbitsy type stuff, some footage from the channel maybe. Just some. I need somebody that knows a little bit about making videos from scratch. Alright, do you guys know any things that you guys have? I don't know. I can't be doing with that intro anymore. The guy that made it for me was a nice guy at the time. You know, we were friends at the time. We're no longer friends anymore, and he doesn't have anything to do with my particular circle of life anymore. So therefore, I can't get him to do it again. Is anybody willing to help me out? I'll put that one out there. I'll be honest. I'm willing to, you know, I'll see you right. You know, I'll maybe get you a premium tank or something from the game shop or whatever, or just we'll have a chat about it. Send me an email, okay? The email's in the description. So I need a new intro video. Alright? Let me know in the comments below what you want to do, or contact me via email, guys. Okay, big shout out there. Alright, thanks for watching the video to start with. If that's the last thing you want to watch in the video and you're off now making a video, I'll see you later. Off now making me an intro. So, we're in T29s, we're top tier, and yeah, we're very top tier. We're just going to act like a bunch of badasses in this game. Do you reckon, from this particular stat line here, that we're going to carry this game? Well, you'd be an absolute fool to think otherwise. However, I'm not going to carry this game. My participation in this game was, again, mediocre at best. Now, is there not a sort of a, you know, a kind of a pattern emerging here? Reference Cromwell game. Do I manage to net this easy too? Unluckily, he manages to sneak my thing. Now, here's the thing. Look what's just happened. Let me expand the minimap. Alright. The tier 7s on the enemy team aren't here. Shit. We've gone the wrong way. But it's the way we should have gone. Myself, Bossman and Vic now instantly say to each other, right, we need to go back. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This is Boss's call. Alright, he basically says we need to go back, chaps, in his own dulcet tones. Right. We make a bit of a boo-boo here. The guys, I tell them, it might be a good idea to head to kind of like the E3, E4 area, so F3, and get shots as they come over. You can even see me pinging E3 there. Alright. This was a mistake because the enemy challenger, alright, and the T29 are all platooned together will pose as a significant threat. So basically we've just motored into the town, realised there's sod all there, but how many times, guys, have you done this, right? And the top tier heavies will carry on going to base while the rest of the bottom half of the map is absolutely annihilated. I've done it more than once. So we're deciding to act like greens, alright? We're trying to act like green players and actually go back and actually assist. And look at what is down there, right? All the dangerous things are down there, and to be perfectly honest with you, the guys in the south don't stand a chance. This is where Boss and Vic tend to come in a little bit unstuck. I'm just going to pan the camera around to look at them. Alright, this is where they start taking hits. I believe there is a scout somewhere in the Delta 7 area that spots them, because they're pinging at the moment that they're spotted. I'm trying to get shots on that T29, looking for the Chaffee. Alright, but again, shooting on the move is not a very good idea in this tank. Alright, and it's this point where I said, right, there's a really good spot for hold down positions. But they get spotted. And I spot this Tiger 1. Now it's at this point they get spotted as well. And they start reporting they're taking damage. Now, bit of an explanation about my mod pack. Alright, I've used Circumflex's mod pack. Alright, I'm not going to lie to you. Alright, I got sick to death of the standard GM not working. And I just like Circon stats. Alright, and I also like Sercon's Jimbo setup. Now, as you can see, I'm just going to scan out. The guys aren't taking hits yet. It's around about now when they start taking hits. Alright, and they say that it's not hits from the front. They start taking like 145 damage, artillery there, boss is taking more damage. It's from the Challenger and the T29 too, shooting them in the side. And this is when it all kind of goes to pot, really. And I say we need to back off. I need to kill this Tiger, take out the top tier heavy. Alright, take a shot at him. I say, right, we need to fall back to base. We're getting surrounded, we're 37 down. Alright, and boss, unfortunately, just can't conserve enough health. You know, he is taking hits from the front. That 17-pounder on the Challenger there is just literally taking him apart. Now, I've been spotted again. Alright, and I'm taking shots, but I decided to take a few pot shots to this Jagdpanther 4. And artillery's interested. You know, I'm getting shot now. That was definitely from the Challenger. Alright, he sees an easier shot with me in the side. Take a speculative shot at the Jagdpanther 4's last known location, but it didn't even go anywhere near. Now, MT25 is going to scout us out. The boys are just... Well, boss is just caught out in the open. He just gets absolutely bitch slapped. And unfortunately, that was a tactical error on both of our parts. Me for suggesting it, and us for not falling back sooner, I guess. So basically, the team's absolutely crumbling. The KV-1s are out of position. Alright, the T150 is trying to take on a T29, which on a good day is not a very, very clever idea. But when you've got stats like the T150, bless him, he's not the greatest player on the EU server. Alright, and he just basically gets taken apart. Right, T29 with a supporting tier 6 tank destroyer. And our KV-1. Right, so this is it. I tell the Vic now, Vic, just get in fucking cover, bro. Get some hard cover. Get in the buildings. We can resist the southern flank. But I'm a bit timid here. I don't really want to give my arse this MT25, but then I realise how crap they really are and what's basically just happened. I've basically been lit up, so I need to get a shimmy on. Alright, I can't get taken apart by that 17-pounder. If you look at the map, you can see that they were actually spotted in D8. So they're all the way across the map. I need to get out of their render range and get some hard cover from the artillery between me and them and try and salvage something from this god-awful game. It's kind of here where the replay becomes a little bit special. The Hummel decides he doesn't want to move, alright, and he pays the price for it. I'm very surprised he didn't actually start raging in chat, alright, about the fact that we're all noobs, etc, etc. Guys, you've all heard the same story before. The Hummel doesn't move and he basically gets ammo rack for his trouble. Yeah, good job MT25 on the enemy team. He actually had a really good game in this. So did the Challenger. Big shout out to those guys. The Challenger, the Hellcat, the MT25, they played really good games. Now, this bush isn't really big enough to hide a T29, but it is big enough just to, allow me to get an absolute freaking snapshot on that MT25. And Vic's cursing in the TeamSpeak at this stage at the MT25 because he wanted to kill him. And I could have really done with hitting this guy. Half a second on the reload. And artillery starts incoming. So what we're basically going to do now is just hunker down. I've got boss screeching at me in TeamSpeak. Oh no, don't do it, Dobbs, don't do it. And I decide I took a hit from the rear there, so I want to put this wreck of this. I think it's some sort of chaffee type thing. I think it's a chaffee. Yeah, dead chaffee. Alright, there's a bit of cover. And we want to try and draw the enemy out. Okay, there's 7 of them, alright, and 3 of us. And the KV-1, I don't know if he saw me doing what I was doing, but he decides to go and do exactly what I planned. Right, and it's okay for that. I would like the tier 5 to do it. I'd rather the tier 5 do it than myself. MT25 spots us. Does he spot? No, he doesn't spot. Okay, this is all good. This is all gravy. Okay, we're happy. The KV-1's hunting the MT25, and this is information I'm fishing for here. That guy's taking hits. Now, he's taking hits from the Challenger. So that Challenger has moved. There's no way that Challenger can see us from Delta 8. Vic's having a bit of a look-see behind me. What's Vic doing? Yeah, he's just thinking... worrying more than anything else, and I'm just sitting here because we've got to kill this MT25. Unfortunately, he takes out the KV-1. This is problems, and it's me and Vic. Alright, back to back, bro. Hunker down, we can take these fools. Alright, have a bit of a peek and a look-see. Did I get spotted? No. In the field yet. I'm expecting Hellcats in that low ground over there, and I get spotted here. Alright, that MT25 spots me, but I spot him. And I'm expecting us. There we go. Fucking artillery. And there's a KV-1. What's he doing? How are man? What are you doing? I've been up to Newcastle today, by the way. I've picked up some of the lingo. Alright, okay, fair enough. So we should be able to get this guy from here. He shoots the rubble. Ooh, turret shot. Not quite enough to go through the turret, unfortunately. And the N325 decides to get brave. He's in the cap circle. Okay, he wants to take on a top tier heavy. But there's a bigger priority. I want to kill that guy first, Try not to... Oh, about to hit from the Hellcat. Artillery's hitting me. Oh, Christ. Will I reload before him? Probably not, but I'm nicely angled for him. Probably should have switched to HE, but I donked the shot anyway. Server reticle wasn't aimed correctly. And this is where the problems arise. The T25-2 and the Challenger have come a knocking. Alright, I'm tanking the Hellcat. I'll let you see that shot. I missed that shot. And Vic's basically side-scraping against the Challenger and the T25-2, trying his absolute best. Now I decide I want to try and plant a shot into the T25-2 to try and actually do some damage. Luckily, he bounces off me. That tank is just dire, by the way, for those that you want to get one. They're absolutely diabolical tank. And this is when I start taking hits. Take a hit from the Hellcat, and I take a shot from a 3001p. So I'm getting absolutely pounded from all angles here. And this is where I kind of lose my shit. I kind of lose my temper at this point. I think, you know, we had a couple of games. This was our first game of the night, but I had a couple of games before I platooned with these guys, and it wasn't going very well. I get hit by the VK again. I didn't realise at the time he's actually firing HE at me. I repair my tracks and decide, right, I want to put a shot into this Challenger. I want to try and hit the Challenger if I can, just to give Vic a bit of breathing room. I do manage to hit him, but unfortunately I lose my life. So, from this point then, take a look at the team list, gentlemen and ladies. I know there's some of you out there. Vic's alone against 5 enemies. Now, didn't I say at the start of this replay this was going to be a special one? Sit back and feast your eyes at A, the ineptitude of the remaining enemy players, and Vic's just general awesomeness. Okay, so he's tanking a T25-2. He manages to shoot the T25-2. Fantastic. As the T25-2 tries to get his ass to plunge a shot into him, it's all well and good. But then reverses. Alright, allows Vic, while tracked, to nail him. And he dies right in the way of the Challenger. Of all the places to die, T25, that was not it. That was not it. Okay, we've got perfect hold down positions. And yeah, bye-bye Challenger. You ain't got the armour for this shit, bro. Unlucky. So we've got a Hellcat to kill and a 3001p on bingo health. However, artillery is still a factor. So... oh, we managed to get a good plant into the Hellcat there, and the VK hasn't got the gun depression. The VK hasn't got the gun depression. Oh, this is beautiful work. Oh, artillery's missed. I think the Hummel's got the small gun for this, actually. That's quite a fast reload. It might be the big gun. I don't know the reload on the big gun. They can't quite get the VK. Can he get him? Can he get him? Can he get him? No. Oh, this is soul destroying. Oh, he's fired. Can he get him? Now, does he give the side to the Hellcat? Would you give the side to the Hellcat in this position? It's a very risky shot. But then we realise, I say to him, that the VK is actually firing HE at you, bro. Takes him out, Hummel misses, and perfect positioning. We get the 12-2 between us and the Hellcat. And hello, little Hellcat. Not so clever now, are we? Boom. It's at this point I realise, hang on a minute, in chat, aren't you on for a Kolobanov's, Vic? And I can hear him shaking in the background. Now, he's alone against a Hummel. Now, this is where the game takes a turn for the surreal. I actually say to the chat in, world chat that actually, this is a Kolobanov's opportunity. And the Hummel does something amazing. He actually says good job to start with, okay? The Hummel, what would you do in this position as the artillery? I'm not being funny. If I was the artillery in this position, I would just drive out in the open and say, come on me, bro. You deserve it. He held on against 4 tanks. Yeah, they were bottom tier, but they could have just swamped him. Alright, this is a really, really good effort. I'm just going to speed up the replay, because basically he goes on a hunt. Alright, and I say to the Hummel, let him get Kolobanovs. Bossman says you shouldn't do that to the Chaffee driver, not me. And Hummel basically says, Kolobanovs, question mark. Now, I didn't know whether he was asking. Alright, now for those of you who don't know what a Kolobanovs medal is, you stand alone against 5 enemy tanks and win. And from my personal opinion, apart from a Faden's medal, it is the best medal in the game. Faden's is more luck than judgment. A Kolobanovs medal is something quite special. Alright, and basically, artillery was not lying, guys. He says he's in F0. And as we crest the hill, he's right there. Now, Vic told me his arse was going like a rabbit's nose right now, as he takes out the Hummel. Alright, let's check out the post-game stats on that one then. Right then, big massive apologies. I recorded the main chunk of that video pretty much straight away as it happened. Literally, I finished the platoon evening and I went straight onto the editing software and the Bandicam and got it recorded. Unfortunately, Vic still hasn't sent me his replay. Alright, so all I've got for you guys, unfortunately, is my post-game stats, which are pretty shit compared to Vic. So what we need to do then is go on to the team score. As you can see, I came a very, very distant second. Alright, he basically doubled my experience. Alright, he managed to net himself a crucial contribution. Well, we did that between us. Okay, myself and him and Bossman. We managed to kill 12 tanks. A Radley Walters, High Caliber, Top Gun, and Kolobanov's medal. So big shout out to Victor H there. Alright, it's the only ever Kolobanov's medal I've ever witnessed. Alright, really, really big shout out to him there. Okay, guys, that's the end of that. Right, recap from the start of the video. I need a new intro. Alright, it cannot have any copyrighted music in it, however. Alright, so if you want to put some bit of music in there yourself or whatever, I need to review it, obviously, before I put it up there. Because I don't want any copyright strikes against the channel. But if anyone could help me out in making me a new video, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Alright, and I'll square you away with something inside the game. Maybe I was thinking of giving out something like a Type 64 or something. Alright, to say thank you. Alright. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Bye now.